Hi guys, welcome. Literally like 2 seconds before I was gonna film this video, I spilled like this entire cup of water all over my fucking desk. So my desk is still a little bit wet in some spots, but I got most of it cleaned up. Thank God it was just water. And thank God my camera was, or my phone was up on the tripod still because I had just gotten done filming a deck reveal video. And otherwise I would have died. So literally as soon as like the water went all over the desk, the first thing that I looked for was my phone. And then I realized it was on the tripod, so it was safe, but that was scary. So anyways, here we are. Gonna try to calm down from that now. So I just wanted to turn on the camera because I was already sitting here filming and I was like, I'm just gonna film another like little chit chat video just because it's been a week or two and just do updates. And I kind of wanted to talk about, my spiritual path, my journey. One, because it's coming up on the 10-year anniversary. So I technically, like, I have to go back on my emails to kind of get like a specific date for when the journey started. And I really just want to go based off of the month that I made my purchase on Amazon, because when my spiritual journey started, which was in 2012, I made a purchase on Amazon for a used deck of tarot cards, which was the original Rider-Waite tarot. And I don't think I have it. It's probably off in my little bookshelf right over here. But I purchased like I think it was like $10, a $10 used copy of the original Rider-Waite. And yeah, that was pretty much like when my tarot journey officially started. My spiritual journey, like my awakening, had already happened. But to pinpoint like when tarot actually like came into my life, I usually gauge it by that Amazon purchase date. So I want to say by memory, I want to say it was April 2012. But I don't know for sure. So anyways, 2022, oh my goodness, 2022 is officially 10 years of me on my spiritual practice. 10 years since I had the awakening, 10 years since I started the tarot, learning tarot. I taught myself how to read tarot cards. And it's been 10 beautiful years of all of this, of Cackling Moon. Supposedly, like, Cackling Moon kind of really officially became the name. I want to say like 2 or 3 years later, maybe even more. I was originally going by other usernames, but technically speaking, the spiritual journey, like, it's been 10 years. So super excited. I'm gonna have to do something like really exciting about it sometime through, I think just all throughout the year next year. I want to like offer a sale. I want to, just kind of like do little here and there, like little videos reflecting on, my journey and all of that. But I just thought this one would be kind of fun to do because it's just, I don't know, it's sentimental. So so it's not quite 2022, but we're almost there. Like, we're just a couple weeks away. And how freaking cool is it? Because I do have sitting here on the desk, which did get wet, but thank God it was in the box, is the tarot, the tarot original, the 1909. So it is a different edition, obviously. But it's supposed to mimic like one of the older Rider-Waite decks. And I freaking love this deck, you guys. Is so freaking cute. So it does come in a standard edition, like the rectangular cardstock. But I thought the circular one was so fun. I don't own a circular deck, and I just thought it was so cute. So rather than getting the standard one, I ended up opting for the circular. Look at how cute. Like, it's all wet, by the way. Let's just hope the cards themselves are okay. But oh my gosh. So it opens, the top pops off like that. So cute. And then inside you have the little title card with the circular. Just, oh my God, it's so cute. I love the card backs. You have the flower, little death flower. So pretty. And then the cards. So you have the round cards, and they're kind of hard to hold. Like, they're big enough. My hand is just big enough to hold the cards, but it is a handful. They are a nice, decent size. They're, you know, pretty good size. But they're so cute, you guys. So cute. The sun is like coming through my window, so please forgive. Actually, it's kind of pretty though to see the sun rays, but that's why the camera looks a little weird. But yeah, really pretty. The thing that's kind of cool too about this deck is they drew extra along the sides, so you kind of get like a wide vision view of the cards, and they add something different. So it's kind of fun to like go through it card by card to see what extra little things that they added. But yeah, so just wanted to share that with you guys. I just thought it was so cute. Like, I love the High Priestess. You can see all of the water behind her. So really fun. So pretty. The pops of color. And this deck reminds me of my first tarot deck, which, like I said, it was the original Rider-Waite. It has the same colors. It's like that tea stained deck. This is actually a better version of it. And I don't know, it's just so nostalgic for me when I see editions of the Rider-Waite that look similar to the first deck I ever owned, because it just gives me that vibe. So I love it. I don't know how I'm going to shuffle this. I guess you just shuffle it sideways. But so fun. I think this will be kind of like one of those fun decks to pull out for, you know, video, obviously my video readings and stuff, but just like if I go over to a friend's house or hanging out and we want to, you know, pull some cards, this one would be kind of fun to pull. The guidebook, unfortunately, is not round. I thought that would have been kind of fun if they would have done that, but it's just a little square guidebook, nothing special. I really don't pay attention to the Rider-Waite guidebooks because I don't need it. But I just thought I would share that. And everything fits inside the little box. So cute. And I love it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And I thought that would have been a fun little thing. I wanted to do a whole video on itself with this, and I still might. Maybe I'll do like a side-by-side with this one and then my very first. That actually bing! I just got like this boost of inspiration right now, burst of inspiration to do a video. So I'm gonna have to write that as a note for myself. Conglomeration, is that the right word? I don't know. That just like came up to me at random. Sometimes Spirit does that to me. Like, they give me this word that I've never used and then I'll try to use it. I don't know. Spirit's been doing some weird stuff with me lately. But anyways, I just thought that I would, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Maybe I will do a video where I'll show off this side by side, my first One True Love, which is the original Rider-Waite. So that's actually a good idea. So I think I'll do that. Anyways, what else are we going to talk about? So the spiritual journey. Another thing that kicked off, which is kind of weird how I have it over here in my pile, which just goes to show that Spirit already knew that this video was going to happen, was a book that I read. So back in the day, before my spiritual, like literally before I had my spiritual awakening, I was working at a library. It was the very first library that I ever worked at. And I was there for 6 years. So I remember, I think I got hired on in 2006 and I left in 2012. So I literally left that job. I transferred to a different library, but I left that job right around the time when my spiritual awakening was happening. And around like the last, I had to have been like the last year or so. I had this friend. So there was this guy that would come into the library a couple times, and he was really sweet. He was really nice. And he would always, check out books and stuff. And we would always talk about books. We'd always talk about like book recommendations and this and that. And I think he thought I was always coming on to him, even though I technically wasn't, although I did love conversating with him. Like I love to talk to him, but I was seeing my husband, like, well, he wasn't my husband then, but he was my boyfriend at the time. So I was not coming on to this guy, but I guess he thought I was. And so he would always like make it a point to remind me that he was gay and that he had a boyfriend or whatever. I just always thought it was kind of funny because it was like every single time we would talk, he would somehow like bring that little piece of information in. And it would just to me, it would just be like, okay, that's fine. So it got to the point where I almost like didn't believe him. I know this is off on a tangent, but it was to the point where it was like I didn't believe him anymore when he would tell me that he had a boyfriend, because I just thought he was just saying it to try to like get me not to come on to him, even though I wasn't. Anyways, so what he did was we were chatting about, I don't even remember, like somehow our conversation got onto the topic of religion and all of that stuff. And at that time when I was, what I was going through was this transition period. I was in a transition period of leaving the born again Christian church to the Catholic church. And it was mainly because, my husband, aka husband, boyfriend, he was a practicing Catholic, and I wanted to kind of just merge my faith with his. And I knew it back in my mind, like I was already set, like I knew I was going to marry him. I just knew he was the one, like how you just kind of know. And so I was like, I want to marry him, and I want to marry him in the Catholic church. Like I knew he wanted to get married in the church, and it was like, there was just no way that the born again church was going to do it because they don't recognize two different faiths. So I was like, it's going to have to be me making the switch. And I kind of wanted to because I wasn't feeling fulfilled in the born again church that I was going to. So I was like in this weird like transition phase. Let alone, I hadn't even been smacked in the face yet with my original spiritual awakening. Like that was already coming. Like Spirit knew. I was stressed about making the transition from born again to Catholic, but they were like, we have something completely bigger that's going to hit you and wipe you off your ass. So I had no idea. Okay. So I was in this weird transition phase, and I was talking to the guy about that. And he recommended a book to me because I remember telling him, like, I just felt so afraid to make a decision for myself about my faith. Because I knew like a lot of my parents were not going to be happy about it. My family, everybody's born again in my family. And I just knew that it was going to be this big deal, right? But I wanted to follow what I wanted to do because I felt called to do that, right? It sounds so familiar to like what ended up happening to me with my spiritual journey. And it just gives me shivers when I think like all this time I was so worried about going from one church to the next. And I had no idea what like the next 10 years of my life was going to look like. So he recommended a book to me, and he was like, I want you to read The Witch of Portobello. And so I worked at the library. I remember checking it out. I had it in my room. I never really paid much of attention to it. And then I finally sat down and read it, and it blew my mind. It was one of those books that when I read it, I was like, holy crap. It spoke to me. I read it in a couple of days. It didn't take me too long. It is a little bit of a weird read. Like you have to, and this is the way I like think of books. There's some books where you can read, you don't really have to pay much of attention to what's happening. You just soak it in. And then there's books that you really need to like focus. Your mind has to be like really paying attention to the story, or else you're going to find yourself having to reread sentences over and over again until you finally understand. So this is kind of one of those books. But I just remember loving it. I fell in love with it. I was so intrigued. It spoke to my heart. And then my spiritual awakening happened. So I remember I read this, and I transitioned to the Catholic church, and I was going to the Catholic church with my boyfriend, my husband. And then my fucking spiritual awakening happened like a couple months later. And it was just the craziest thing. And this book will always sit with me as like that book that I read, because, you know, you have like these sentimental memories with certain stuff. So this book will always be a reminder of my transition from one church to the next, and then to my full-blown spiritual awakening, which turned out to be my whole life purpose. So it's just so crazy and wild as I say it. And I freaking love it. So then I read the book again. So I've read this book a total of 2 times. I attempted to read it one more time, and then I don't know what happened to the copy that I had. I had a much more modern copy of the book, because after I left the library, you know, I had to return it. And so I bought a book at Barnes & Noble, and it was like a brand new copy, and I don't know where it went. So I was like, I'm going to order a copy, but I'm like one of those people, I love old, like used books. So I went on Thrift Books, and I bought this for $3. So this is a more older edition of the book, and it's a used copy. So I love it. And I'm planning on reading it again in celebration of my 10-year spiritual awakening anniversary. So I don't know. I just thought it was like perfect. The fact that I had the book sitting here on the table along with the original 1909 tarot, it was just like, it was meant to be like I was supposed to talk about these things in this video. And I'm freaking loving the sun rays shining into the room, is just giving me this whole feel right now. So anyways, that's pretty much like what's happening in my world. So I'm going to be reading The Witch of Portobello. I'm probably going to start it sometime this week. I have another book that I'm reading that I'm trying to finish, because I would rather finish that and then start this one, because when I start this one, I really want to like they have like cat hair and like orbs all over the place. I really, really, really want to read this where I could focus 100% on the book, and not be distracted by anything else. So we'll see if I read it. Oh my gosh. I have like, there's a lot of like dust, and the sun is shining in, so you could see like everything. So as much as I want to like believe that they're orbs, I don't think it's all orbs. I believe a lot of it is dust. Anyway, sorry guys, my Gemini rising, man, like my mind is like all over the place. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I do plan on putting out a couple more videos in the future, just like other things, like other topics, other things I want to talk about in celebration of the 10-year. 10 years is a long time to be on a spiritual journey. In my opinion, like I've always just felt disconnected. I guess that's like the best word for me to use, is just disconnected with faith in other areas, and just uninspired. And I come from family who is super inspired, who are super like, they're so in touch with their relationship with God and Jesus and like their church and all of this stuff. And I've never felt that. And I always felt like there was something wrong with me, because I just don't feel the same way that they do about their church. And I was like, there's something wrong with me. Like, what am I doing wrong? You know, am I a bad person because I feel this way? And it wasn't until I had my spiritual awakening, when I discovered spirituality and my connection to God, because I still believe in God and I still believe in Jesus and all of that stuff, but in a different way, you know? And so when I had my spiritual awakening, and I've just been on this journey, you know, discovering stuff about myself, learning things about myself, being able to connect with other people in my sessions, and just really just expressing and living life in the way that I feel called to and comfortable with, has been very abundant for me. And yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. Even though I can't really talk about this kind of stuff with my family, you know, it's very important to me, and it's just definitely something that I am so blessed and proud to have. So that's that. That's why I'm making a big deal of my 10 years. And I just never had this, you know, like the only other thing that's been consistent in my life has been my relationship. And my husband and I have been together 15 years. And it's just, that is the only other consistent thing in my life. My spiritual practice and my relationship. And those are probably the two big important things in my life, aside from myself, obviously. And so I don't know. That's my thing. So yeah, what a beautiful video. It's only 20 minutes. I haven't like talked too much. I'm getting a little thirsty. I do have a little bit of water left in here. I seriously can't believe I spilled water all over my table. Like, I'm literally happy that I didn't have, stray papers or, God forbid, my phone. Like, that was crazy. So anyways, you guys, the rest of the day, I'm literally just going to go chill. I don't know. I kind of want to take a nap. Like, I don't mind. Honestly, I have no shame. Like, I don't mind. I love taking naps in the middle of the day, but sometimes I try not to, because then I want to, then I'm like up all night. Not all night, but like super late. And I'm trying to get myself to like go to bed early, get up earlier, So I'm so tempted to go take a nap. But we'll see. We'll see what I do. Maybe I'll just turn on Netflix or something. And I've been using my, sorry, another tangent. I've been using my amethyst candle holders after I like did a little mini makeover of my office, which really wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it was basically like moving my Buddha, my books and stuff, reorganizing this space, getting rid of the cat litter box that was like in between the cat trees, which I have to move the cat tree over again. I did a little bit of a makeover in here. And I was cleaning a lot of crystals, and one of the crystals that I found, literally, like, I found this guy I think it was like in a pile somewhere in the corner, was a beautiful amethyst candle holder that I forgot I had. So I've been using them because they're so pretty. Yeah, there's that. So I'm all over the place. Sorry. I love little tea lights, but it's kind of sad how they don't last forever. They burn out so fast. Let me see. While I'm here, what else? Do I have anything else I want to update you guys on? Not really. I don't think so. I think that was it. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to go ahead and upload this video and the other one that I did. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. It's Sunday. Monday is tomorrow, brand new day. My hair is nice and curly from last night. Life is good. I'm happy. I feel good. Like, literally, today's a good vibe. I feel really good today. So I hope you guys are feeling good as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Instagram. I will see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys are doing well. Take care, and I'll catch you soon. Bye, guys.